Why did Vincent Pastore's mobster persona become a cultural icon? And why does everyone still know Big Pussy, even if they've never seen The Sopranos? Hey, it's Emma, and I'm in a full nostalgia mood today. Like New York slice, vinyl crackle, and a big fat gold chain nostalgia. Let's talk legends. So, quick vibe check. Vincent Pastore was that unmistakable face of Italian-American wise guy roles. Most famously, Salvatore Big Pussy Bonpensiero on HBO's The Sopranos. Bronx-born, raised in New Rochelle, Navy vet, late start in acting after club work. He built a career in New York's film and TV scene, and then branched into radio, a podcast, and even Italian sauce. Multi-hustle with street cred. Okay, story time. A few years back, my friends threw a Sopranos-themed party at this old-school Italian social club in Queens. Red checkered tablecloths, Dean Martin on loop, cannoli like little edible torpedoes. I show up in a leopard coat, big hoops, hair so high it needed its own zip code. Total vibe. Now the tea. Rumor was Vincent Pastore might swing by. Not confirmed, just whispers. Stakes could not be higher. We're all doing bad Jersey accents. Everyone thinks they're in the Bing. And then I spot this guy across the room in a sharp suit. I'm like, that's him, right? That's Big Pussy. Let me pay my respects. I glide over, do my best smoky voice. You still working the docks or what, honey? He blinks and says, I'm Anthony. I sell insurance. Big yikes. I grab seltzer, praying for a reset, when boom, Vincent Pastore actually walks in. The real one, City Island swagger and a twinkle. He sees me mid-spiral and says, Kid, don't worry. I mistake insurance guys for hitmen all the time. The room roars. Ice broken. We chat. He jokes about how people call him Big Pussy on the street still. He's gracious, he's funny, and he knows exactly what he represents. And here's the lesson. That character is so embedded across generations that even cousins born after the pilot aired know the vibe. That's not just fame, that's imprint. All right, let's set the basics. Vincent Pastore, Bronx born in the 40s, Navy during the Vietnam era, then Pace University for drama. He came to acting later, thanks to friendships with Matt and Kevin Dillon, the actor brothers who cracked the door to New York shoots. Early on, he pops up in Goodfellas in 1990 and Carlito's Way in 1993. Blink and you catch him, mob-adjacent cameos. By 1999, he becomes Big Pussy on The Sopranos. That's the stamp. Eli 5 moment. Typecasting is like when a pizzeria gets famous for pepperoni, and from then on, everyone only orders pepperoni from them. Pastore could do more, but Hollywood kept calling him when they wanted the real deal wise guy flavor. He leaned in because the pizza kept selling. Smart. Quick timeline. Early 90s, lots of New York films and Law & Order episodes. 1999, The Sopranos hits with ensemble SAG nods in 2000 and 2001. Same year as his big TV arc, he plays Alfred Bello in The Hurricane. 2004, voice of Luca in Shark Tale, turning his mob persona into a cartoon fish. 2007, on Broadway in Chicago. 2014, in Bullets Over Broadway. 2019, Vincent Pastore's Italian sauce launches with San Marzano tomatoes and no added sugar. 2020, the podcast Forget About It with Goomba Johnny. 2024, plays himself on The Curse. In 2026, living on City Island in the Bronx. Let's talk people. The Dillon brothers, Matt and Kevin, were a launchpad. That's how he pivoted from clubs and chauffeuring into acting gigs. It's the ultimate midlife power move, and honestly, if I were stepping into acting midlife, I'd want exactly that. A friend cracks one door, you bulldoze the hallway. Then there's Steven Van Zandt, the E Street Band guitarist who played Silvio on The Sopranos. He produced Pastore's serious show, The Wise Guy Show. That radio lane let Vinny be the neighborhood voice, spinning music, food talk, and stories. It was the parasocial dinner table before podcasts ate everything. Reality TV also loved him. On The Celebrity Apprentice in 2008, host Donald Trump put him into staged, mobbish storylines with Piers Morgan, the British TV provocateur. Even a Sopranos-style cut-to-black moment. He resigns during the game. But here's the twist. He turns it into real charity, cutting checks for pancreatic cancer research, including a memorial fund tied to Mitchell Burke, who was his ex-wife Nancy's later husband. That is complicated and classy at the same time. And speaking of branding and business, he also showed up in entrepreneurial moments that leaned into the persona. On Shark Tank in 2011, Barbara Corcoran called the broccoli wad money clip one of the dumbest pitches she'd seen, and then invested. She slapped his name on it as Vinny's Wad, and boom, marketing. It's proof that his persona was the product. Shake the tree, and wise guy branding falls out. And yes, I would have bought that for my uncle. Don't judge me. Now, the big unanswered piece. In 2026, he was found at home on City Island, that tiny maritime neighborhood in the Bronx. At the time, the cause of death wasn't confirmed. I'm not here to speculate. Privacy matters. Families matter. What I will say is this: the legacy doesn't hinge on the final detail. The legacy is the decades where he turned typecasting into an art, and then into community, radio, sauce jars in your pantry, and jokes he was in on. Culturally, The Sopranos in the late 90s changed TV. The prestige anti-hero era, water cooler Mondays, all of it. Pastore's Big Pussy becomes the emotional earthquake of that early run, and it kept echoing. You see it when he plays Luca in Shark Tale, when he voices Big Pussy on Animals, when the curse invites him to be himself. The memification started before memes had Wi-Fi. Do I want a new series that tips the hat to him? Yes. Give me a City Island set dramedy about an aging character actor who keeps getting asked to bless pizza joints and walk in parades. Food, family, fans, and that Bronx sea breeze. Make it personal, make it funny. Let the guy be the poet of typecasting. Greenlight it yesterday. Okay, next time we're staying in Jersey-adjacent territory. I want to dig into Michael Imperioli, the actor who played Christopher Moltisanti, and how he went from The Sopranos to band projects, writing, and a full-on second act. Receipts coming. All right, we covered a lot. From Goodfellas whispers to Shark Tank flips and that unforgettable Big Pussy arc. Iconic way to wrap it, and there's more where that came from. I'll see you next time. Be good, or at least be interesting.